Hi guys, I'm Brad Bentley. It's your combat fitness technique of the week. It's my partner Paul. Today we're going to learn how to do a push-pull sweep from De La Riva Guard. So starting, we're going to establish our De La Riva Guard here, guys. I'm going to come in and I'm going to grab my control. I usually make sure that I have one hand in the collar and one hand controlling a sleeve grip here, just so. I'm going to establish my De La Riva hook, making sure that I'm turning his knee inside and that my foot is nice and flexed, so I have a good control here. I also make sure that I always keep this foot in the hip, so I always have these points of contact. Now it's also important to remember that when I have posture broken, that I'm bringing my elbows into my hips and down to the mat. So I'm making it all one cohesive unit on there. I'm not going to try and hold him down with my arms because, you know, if a guy has good posture or any strength, it's going to be really easy for him to pull me up and break and regain his posture. But if I take my elbows and bring them into my hips and into the mat, it's going to be really hard for Paul to come back up. He can try as hard as he wants, but he's connected to my structure now. All right? So, the steps of this sweep. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take my foot with the De La Riva hook, and I'm going to circle it around, and I'm going to put it right in his hip while maintaining my grips. I'm going to take this foot that was in the hip, and I'm going to come, and I'm going to hook it right behind his knee pit. My hand that's in the collar is going to switch right to this sleeve that I have, and grab this sleeve. And again, I tuck my elbow in. The hand that had the sleeve is going to come right behind and grab his heel. All right. Now all at once, I'm going to take my foot in the hip and I'm going to push. This foot that's hooked behind the knee is going to pull, and I'm going to take this sleeve and I'm going to pull it like I'm starting a lawnmower all at once to send Paul backwards. So all at the same time, we look just like this. Now, I'm going to maintain this sleeve grip as I come up. I don't want to let go of this grip because it'll be really easy for Paul to just come back up, and now we're back where we started. But if I keep the sleeve grip, I'm going to maintain a bit of connection to Paul. Now, as I come up, I don't want to come up with my chest, okay? I don't have any weight in my chest, and if Paul starts to sit up and drives into me, it's going to be really easy for him to push me back over. So I'm always coming up and I'm leading with my hips. So if Paul comes into my hips, that's where all my weight is, and I can just drive him back down. But we'll say in this instance, Paul's just kind of staying down, so I lead with my hips, and I'm going to come and grab an underhook here. My forehead comes right on the mat next to him, and my ear comes right next to his ear. I'm going to tripod up, and I'm going to grab his tricep. From here, I'm just going to take my knee and slice it inside and sit up, maintaining this pressure here. From here, I'm taking this arm and I'm going to grab the cross face, and I'm going to switch over into my normal side control. So from the other side, establish my De La Riva Guard again, maintaining good grips so that I break down his posture. I'm going to take this foot that has the hook, and it's going to come right into his hip. And make sure that we flex and keep kind of monkey-toed to keep that pressure on him. This foot that's in the hip here is coming right behind his knee. Hand in the collar comes right into the sleeve. Hand in the sleeve comes right behind the heel. And at the same time, I'm going to push with this foot in the hip while pulling with this sleeve and this knee hook. Bring Paul down. I'm going to come up with my hips. I'm going to grab an underhook. And I'm going to put my forehead right on the mat. And my ear is going to be right next to Paul's ear. I grab right at the tricep, pull up, tuck my elbow into my hip, and I'm just going to slide my knee through all the way like this, maintaining good pressure. From here, I'm going to take the hand that has the tricep and cross face, And I'm going to replace my knee right into side control. From full speed, thanks for watching, guys. That's been your technique of the week.
For more techniques or to learn about Boise's premier mixed martial arts training center, please visit combatfitness.com.